night, wherever you are. Okay. Tonight I'm just going to get into um becoming emotionally mature. Okay, honey. I just did my hair. Okay. It was supposed to be all bantu. Okay. But all right, I just was like, you know what? Let me do cornrows in the back and then, a few bantus up at the top. Okay. All right. So, look, I was out whenever I'm on a train, okay, I'm always pretty much thinking of you guys. Okay. I didn't not have a pen, and I wanted to make sure I keep the chapter that I wanted to go over tonight, okay? And it was a phenomenal lady who was sitting next to me. Hey, Miss Harden, PCA, baby, PCA. I was saying, where were you? Okay, where were you? Okay. Hey, Billy, PCA, baby, PCA, PCA, PCA. Okay, okay, you guys coming in here. Okay, Tracy, okay, PCA, baby, PCA, PCA. That's right. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up. Okay. Listen. So I was cuz my hair is, you guys know my hair is gray, right? Like over here is pretty much gray. And the gray have grown on me, okay? Cuz before I would be like I would just dye it. But it's so funny because the back of my hair, I remember it was being way more gray, right? And so I was watching a video not too long ago on YouTube, and it was a girl who was saying pretty much like the gray is premature grays, it can be corrected. And she was pretty much saying it is because of like it could be due to kidneys, right? So and I okay. So she was like chlorophyll. And I was wondering because I said, like, in the back, my hair not as gray as it used to be. I thought I was tripping up in here, okay? And I was drinking chlorophyll. I was drinking a lot of chlorophyll. Happy birthday. I was drinking a lot of chlorophyll. So I said, oh, maybe that's why. But honey, I ain't got no more chlorophyll. Okay. Okay. So honey, I ain't got no more darn chlorophyll. Okay, but I'm gonna order me some. So anywho, this tonight is going to be fun. Okay, it's going to be fun if I may say so myself. Okay, like I said earlier, I was on the train, and you guys know I keep a handy dandy book. Okay, while I'm on the train, two things you need on the train. Okay, is a book and some headphones. Okay, now you may be like, girl, I'm in a car. Okay, wherever. Okay, but just in case you need to get on the train one day. Okay, a good book and some darn headphones. That's what you need to have. Okay, so becoming emotionally mature. Okay, again, I am reading The Power of the Subconscious Mind by the one and only Dr. Joseph Murphy. Okay, it says what the other person says. This part it really reminds me of um four agreements. Okay, when in four agreements it says take nothing personal. Okay, all right, so it says what the other person says or does cannot really annoy or irritate you except you permit him to disturb you. The only way he can annoy you is through your own thought. For example, if you get angry, you have to go through four stages. Honey, I did not know it was four stages, but you got to go through four stages, okay, in your mind. You begin to think about what he said. You decide to get angry and generate an emotion of rage. Then you decide to act. Perhaps you talk back and react in kind. You see that the thought, emotion, reaction, and action all take place in your mind. When you become emotionally mature, you do not respond negatively to to the criticism and resentment of others. To do so would mean that you had descended to that state of low mental vibration and become one with the negative atmosphere of the other. Identify yourself with your aim in life and do not permit any person, place, or thing to deflect you from your inner sense of peace, tranquility, and radiant health. Okay. All right. So basically he's saying, okay, Dr. Joseph Murphy is saying, don't be stooping to people levels. Okay. Hey, Abby, peace here, baby, peace here, peace here. So don't be stooping to other people's levels. Okay. And you know, I do believe in balance. Okay. And I remember, I'm gonna share this story with you guys. So I remember when it was me, my mother, and I don't know if it was my excuse me. I don't know, honey, I'm ashy. I just got out the shower not too long ago. Okay, never mind it. I don't know if it was me. I know it was me, my mother, and it was one of my children. I don't know which one it was. But we was in this store. Okay, it's a store that's in Newark, New Jersey. Okay, it's called Valley Fair, and we was in Valley Fair. It's like a plaza, and I had I don't know if I knocked the thing down. It was like fabric softener, or if it was one of my children that knocked it down. And a guy who worked there, he instantly got an attitude and said something, right? And okay, my mother, honey, she ain't playing it, okay? So she said, and this was like after I had my spiritual awakening. Normally, like after people had a spiritual awakening, in some cases, ooh, excuse me, they may be like very and my mother was like, so I didn't say nothing to the guy because I was like, to me it didn't matter. He said what he said, whatever. The fabric softener, it was already spilled. Okay, the bottle, the top already done cracked. Okay, so the stuff was already on the floor. Okay, and 1 second, family. And so the guy said, whatever he said, and I ain't say nothing. And my mother said, what he said, who he talking to? Right? Who he talking to? Who he talking to? Right? And I still didn't say nothing. Okay. But yeah, in life sometimes you have to understand, yeah, the ego is going to always want you to, pretty much argue with people, pretty much like, you tougher than them or whatever it is like that. And I do believe in balance, but you don't have to say things like in a nasty way, right? And I operate from love, right? I operate from love, but I do believe in balance. But even when I say stuff, the way I say it, the way it comes out is not, well, it depends. I ain't even gonna be going here capping. Okay, it depends. Okay, all right. So, anyway, let's get back to it. Okay, all right. The meaning of love and harmonious human relations. Sigmund Freud, okay, the Australian founder of psychoanalysis, and said that unless the personality has love, it sickens and dies. Abby, I appreciate that. Um, Love, honey, you just seeing me what's in you, okay? Love includes understanding, goodwill, and respect for the divinity in the other person. The more love and goodwill you emanate and exclude, is there, honey, emanate, and the more comes back to you. Okay, sometimes, whoop. Okay. If you puncture the other fellow's ego and wound his estimate of himself, you cannot gain his goodwill. Honey, tonight is tonight and okay. Tonight is tonight and okay. Honey, the words ain't word. Okay. Woo, honey. Okay, let's see. Let's scan this. Okay. All right. Let me see where was I. Recognize that every man wants to be loved and appreciated and made to feel important in the world. Realize that the other man is conscious of his true worth and that, like yourself, he feels the dignity of being an expression of the one life principle. As you do this consciously and knowingly, you build the other person up and he returns your love and goodwill. So basically, you got to build the person up instead of, cursing them out, saying you didn't do X, Y, and Z like you said you was going to do, right? Um, Build the person up, because one of the things that I know to be true, okay, is pretty much the way we treat others is really what we have within ourselves, right? Like, so when I, at times, like, if I'm yelling, right, it never has anything to do with my children or anything like that. And I let my children know, afterwards, like, me yelling at you, it has absolutely nothing to do with you. It's everything. It has something to do with me. Okay. And that's just because I may look at whatever is going on in my life, and I may look at it like, this is happening. It's so funny. So I don't know if you guys know Bashar. Okay. He's like, he channels same exact thing as Abraham Hicks. So when I was in the shower a few minutes ago, I was listening to him. And one of the things he said was, he said, nothing has meaning, only what you give meaning to it. And I was like, oh my goodness, right? And it just make you just question, you know, it just makes you question like the things that you have been programmed to believe. It really makes you question it, right? And he also was saying, like, it's no good or bad, okay? Is just whatever you perceive it to be. And that's really true, right? Because your good could be somebody else's bad, and somebody else's bad could be your good, okay? All right. This is the part that I really wanted to touch bases on. He hated audiences, okay? An actor told me that the audience booed and hissed him on his first appearance on the stage. He added that the play was badly written and that undoubtedly he did not play a good role. He admitted openly to me that for months afterwards he hated audiences. He called them dopes. Now, why would this guy call the audience who came to see him dopes? Dummies. Why he calling them dopes, dummies, stupid, ignorant, gullible, etc. And you wonder why you get what you get. You wonder. Okay? You wonder. Gullible, etc. He quit the stage in disgust and went to work in a drugstore for a year. One day, a friend invited him to hear a lecture in Town Hall, New York City, on how to get along with ourselves. This lecture changed his life. He went back to the stage and began to pray for the audience and himself. He poured out love and goodwill. And every night before appearing on the stage, he made it a habit to claim that the peace of God filled the hearts of all present, and that all present were lifted up and inspired. During each performance, he sent out love vibrations to the audience. Today, he is a great actor and he loves and respects people. His goodwill and esteem are transmitted to others and are felt by them. Okay. So the reason I'm smiling, right? So basically, he just got back what he was saying. He felt a certain type of way. He calling people dopes and dummies and all this other stuff, and those are the people that's coming to see you. So Whatever you send out, oh honey, oh honey, oh honey. Okay, whatever you send out, just know it's coming back to you. Okay, if you on the phone gossiping, and let me tell you something. If you are on the phone gossiping, I appreciate you, Abby. Thank you. If you on the phone gossiping all day about who done did what, who done slept with who done got caught cheating, who done just all the gossip. If you spend all your time gossiping about people, because I know, because I used to be a gossiper, okay, and that was just because I didn't. If you paying attention to someone else's life so much, chances are you're not paying attention to yours, okay. And so I would gossip a lot. And what I used to think, because what you put out, that's what you get. When I used to go places, I used to think that people was talking about me. Okay. That's because, remember, the subconscious mind, it does not know fantasy from reality. So if you going around gossiping about everybody, guess what? That's coming right back to you. The seeds that you plant, okay, it doesn't care. It does not care. Okay. It's going to give you back exactly what you planted. So, why I was smiling was because of this. I don't know why this popped up in my mind, because this has absolutely nothing to do with the book. Okay. Um, I remember. Okay, is this place in Philly, and it's called Vegan Butcher. It's a vegan spot. And I told you guys, like, the first time, I think I told you, yeah, I believe I told you guys, the first time I went to Vegan Butcher, um, they was pretty much closed because they was cleaning, and it probably was like, I want to say like 40 to 50 minutes away from my house, just say an hour, okay. And me and my youngest son, who is 8 years old, we had went out to Philly, right, to go to Vegan Butcher, and it was closed, okay. And it was one prior time that I had went out there, and honey, I went out there by myself. Oh my goodness, okay. Oh my goodness. So my intuition told me to do something different, and I just was driving, wandered up in Philly, okay, and Philadelphia. So when I got to Philly, I seen a big ass parade, okay, and it was Pride Day. And I said, goddamn, out of all days, intuition, like, you gonna have me come all the way out here and it's a goddamn parade, okay? I felt some type of way, right? But whatever. Nevertheless, so I had went to, first of all, I didn't even know where the hell the place was located, because soon as I parked, it said that the place was located right there, and I didn't see it. But it was like in this plaza inside, like this building or whatever, like this mall, right? And what wound up happening was, as I was walking, I asked this lady at this other restaurant, like, did she know where Vegan Butcher was? So she showed me where it was at. And for sure, I did a live video, a Facebook live video, okay? And I'm just so grateful. I'm just so grateful, because I tell you guys all the time, it's like the universe knew, like, you're going to get rid of those belief systems. And the thing that you passionate about, you're gonna use that in a sense where as though to challenge yourself. Okay. It knew what time it was. Okay. And so I went in there, I got some truffle. Oh my goodness, those truffle fries, honey, they was so darn good. Those truffle fries was so good. And then it was a vegan burger, but they had like I believe it was like rosemary and some. Oh my goodness. Okay. All right. So the reason I'm telling this story, so that's not the time. I wasn't smiling because of that time. I was smiling because of this time. So third time I go to Vegan Butcher, okay. Oh my goodness, truffle. Truffle fries is just out of here. Um, so what happened was, so this one particular day, I was getting ready. No, I was doing Uber and I just made this delivery, right? It was like me picking up African food. Oh my goodness, some agusi. Oh, yeah, some agusi and some fufu. Okay, honey. Okay, honey. Okay, and so I picked up the food from the African restaurant, and then my intuition was basically go to, vegan butcher. But the one I went to, that's not the one that I really meant to go to. I wanted to go to the one that I went to, the first before, right? When I first went to vegan butcher. And so what happened was honey, I was a little nervous. Okay, I was listening to Bob Proctor. I was by myself. I was a little nervous. I drove like damn near an hour away. Okay, and I got there and I was talking to the guy who worked there and stuff like that. And I just was reminding because when me and my youngest son went there, Juneteenth, right? They was closed because they was cleaning and stuff. So the guy who owns the place, he said, "Oh well, when you come back over here, just let me know, and pretty much it'll be on the house or whatever." So I went there, and he was gonna let it be on the house, but I was like, "Nah, I just pay for it, right?" And it was this guy who was there, okay. And like when somebody is looking at you, and he looked it fine, okay. Honey, don't you know I was tripping off? I was so goddamn nervous, okay? I was a little damn nervous, okay? And I was tripping over the damn chairs and I felt him looking at me and I just was like, "Oh my goodness." I wish this guy just stopped looking at me. Like, "Oh my goodness," right? And he just was looking like every time he had glance up and stuff and I'm like, "Oh my goodness, this is really freaking embarrassing." It was fucking embarrassing, right? And so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just do a live. I'm gonna go live I'm gonna see if I can find that video. I'm gonna see if I can find it on Facebook. I was like, I'm gonna go live, okay? And I went live. I was talking all low, and I, and then I started typing, whatever it was that I needed to say. But honey, okay, times like that, when you look at stuff like that and you like, "Oh my goodness." At the time it may not be as funny, right? Because you're a little nervous. Or, you laugh at yourself. Don't be so uptight. That's another thing, okay? Hey, Philip, peace to you, baby, peace to you, peace to you. That's another thing. Don't be so uptight with yourself. Okay? Sometimes you have to laugh at yourself when you do something, that is like silly, okay? So yeah, honey, let me tell you guys something, okay? I'm about to go. I don't know if I'm about to go to sleep. I don't know, but okay, I'm like, I don't know how many videos I did today. Okay. Yeah, Miss Harden, I have it's funny you say that because in my I deleted that video. My TJ Maxx video, I deleted that because it had got a copyright. And after I deleted it, YouTube pretty much was like, "Oh, it's not a strike or whatever it is like that." But I still took it off. Um, but yeah, I put rosemary with some grapeseed oil and some chamomile, um, in a container. So yeah, but I started using that. Oh yeah, shea butter is really good. Yeah, shea butter is good. All right, family, it's been real. Tomorrow I'm gonna come on here and probably do a smoothie. Yeah, I took it off. I was like, mm-mm, mm-mm. No, no, no. Oh, maybe I should read this. Okay, okay, look. Okay. How your subconscious removes mental blocks. How to break or build a habit. You are a creature of habit. Oh, that's so crazy because I told you guys earlier I was listening to Bashar, I think his name is, and the guy who be channeling. And one of the things he was saying about a habit. So what he said was he said habits, in our society, he said we say things are habits, but when you are aware that it is a habit, it is no longer, like pretty much it no longer has control or whatever over you because now you are aware of it. He said at that point it becomes a choice, right? Like if you say, oh, well, you have a shopping problem, okay? Like I have a habit of always, maybe you say you have a habit of always going shopping, right? Impulsive shopper, right? But when you are aware, if you can say, I have I'm always going shopping because that's why. If you are aware of that, you can change it. Awareness is key to everything, okay? And that's why when you stop and observe yourself and see why you tend to do the things that you do, you will find out exactly what it is that you do. That's one. And then two, it's like, all right, I notice like when I get upset, I turn to this or I do this. Instead, let me deal with my emotions. Whether it's you journaling or whatever, deal with your emotions, okay? All right, so this let me see. All right, and then after this I gotta go, family. Okay, how to break or build a habit. You are a creature of habit. Habit is the function of your subconscious mind. Remember, the subconscious, it does not know fantasy from reality. It just goes based on the repetition. Okay, what somebody kept on putting in, that's just what it was. All right, Miss Bailey, peace here, baby, peace here, peace here. All right, you are a creature of habit. Habit is the function of your subconscious mind. You learn to swim, ride a bicycle, dance, and drive a car by consciously doing these things over and over again, and today established tracks in your subconscious mind. Then the automatic habit action of your subconscious mind took over. This is sometimes called second nature, which is a reaction of your subconscious mind to your thinking and acting. You are free to choose a good habit or a bad habit. If you repeat a negative thought or act over a period of time, you will be under the compulsion of a habit. The law of your subconscious is compulsion. How he broke a bad habit. Mr. Jones said to me, an uncontrollable urge to drink seizes me, and I remain drunk for 2 weeks at a time. I can't give up this terrible habit. Time and time again, these experiences had occurred to this unfortunate man. He had grown into the habit of ex- drinking to excess. Although he had started drinking of his own, he also began to realize that he could change the habit and establish a new one. He said that, well, through his willpower, he was able to suppress his desires. His continued efforts to suppress the many urges only made matters worse. He repeated failures convinced him that he was hopeless and powerless to control his urge or obsession. This idea of being powerless operated as a powerful suggestion to his subconscious mind and aggravated his weakness, making his life a succession of failures. I taught him to harmonize the functions of the conscious and subconscious mind. When these two cooperate, the idea or desire implanted in the subconscious mind is realized. His reasoning mind agreed that if the old habit, path, or track had carried him into trouble, he could consciously form a new path to freedom, sobriety, and peace of mind. He knew that his destructive habit was automatic, but since it was acquired through his conscious choice, he realized that if he had been conditioned negatively, he also could be conditioned positively. So that's the thing, right? And I said this before, to every end of the spectrum, right? There's always positive and negative. There's always good or bad, up and down, in and out, right? Law of opposites, okay? Um, and whatever habit or whatever it is that you tend to do, know that if you adopted that habit negatively, right, from emotions and everything like that, you can do something different, right? You can do something different. For instance, for me, right? I told you guys I used to watch a lot of Lifetime. Okay, positive conditioning. Yes. Um, I used to I used to watch a whole lot of Lifetime. Okay. I used to watch a whole lot of Lifetime. And one of the things that what I started realizing was, and I talk about this all the time, the programming, right? Like you constantly being programmed. And now I don't watch no television. Okay, I don't watch no television, and so what I replaced it with was books, with reading. Okay, now I'm not saying I don't know. I'm not saying I never watch television again. But nowadays I'm like really, really focused on my goals. Okay. In the words of Myron Golden, one of the things he says is, you watching someone else's life and they winning, and you want to be, a certain place in life, but you too busy watching their life. And so I started thinking about that, like, yeah, you're not watching this person life or whatever it is. I could be applying that energy to making content or doing something for it is obtaining my goals or whatever it is. So whatever it is, just understand that there's always two sides to the spectrum. That's one. And then also understand from the first part that I read, you want to treat people with love, right? And kindness. And to me it's still like, but you don't want to suppress, okay? Like if you feel a certain type of way, you don't want to suppress, because whatever you suppress, it causes depression. So you want to be real with yourself, honey. Okay, I gotta go. I love you guys. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Make sure you rocking out, believing in yourselves, honey. I gotta get some rest. Okay, and I gotta read a few more pages of the Prosperity Bible. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Um, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. With that being said, peace.